Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I hope you're staying dry today. So we know that cookies are coming soon, which is really exciting. But before the cookies come, I want to go ahead and start talking a little bit about deliveries, booths, and the cupboard. As we go through this, some of the information you might want to look at a little bit more closely. So we're going to send out a copy of the webinar after the training is over. It'll be available in the Dropbox, and then also because you registered through the GoToWebinar link, GoToWebinar will actually email you a copy of the training directly. So feel free to share that or review it again if you have any questions. After reviewing it for a second time, please reach out to us. You can call us directly or email us through productsales@girlscoutsdiamonds.org. All right, so we're going to start with deliveries, and this information is directly for the service unit product manager for the service unit. However, I think it's a good idea for troops to understand some of these details as well. So when you're in eBuddy, once you log in, if you are the product manager, you're going to notate over here on my screen. This is what the product manager screen looks a little bit more similar to this, but you will not only have a council tab, but you will have a delivery tab over here on the top left-hand side underneath your dashboard. So with that, you're going to click on that delivery tab. Obviously, most folks are only the product manager for one service unit, so you're not going to see all these service units down here. It's just going to show your service unit. But if you go up here and you click on the settings tab, this is going to show you the information that you've put in for your delivery, just so that you can verify, like, this is accurate. This is what I told the agent that I wanted. And then also, if you go over here to the reports tab up at the top, you can click on that, and you can view the delivery ticket. And the delivery ticket is printable. You can click right here on view. It'll pop that up. It will show you your delivery information. It will show you how many cases that you'll be receiving by variety. This ticket should be an exact replica of what the delivery agent will bring for you to sign. I would encourage you to print this out and bring it with you to your delivery, just so that if there is a discrepancy between what the delivery agent says that you ordered and what eBuddy says that you ordered, that you can have that ticket in front of you to verify, nope, this is what I should be receiving. I always tell the service unit product managers not to accept any more product than is on the ticket. And then if you receive less product that's on the ticket, make sure that you alter the ticket before signing. Whatever you sign for should be what you receive. And also, if you have questions, feel free to go ahead and ask them at the end. I'm going to shift this over to Heather to review some of the questions that are in the inbox, and then we'll go over those at the end. All right, so this is a copy of that delivery ticket that you can print out. So this is what the service unit product manager can download and take with them. As you can see, this is for the central office cupboard. So this is my service unit. So we can see that we're receiving 2,485 cases for our initial stocking of the Little Rock cupboard. We can see where they're going to. They're being delivered to the office at 11311 Arcade Drive. And also, if you have contact information, will be listed as well. You can also see who your delivery agent is. We can see that is Brandon's that's delivering it to us. And so down here, we can look at the varieties. So as they are unloading, I would wait until they unload a whole variety, and then I'd count. You can have someone else in your service unit count with you. It's always good to have several counts going on. You might want to bring a calculator with you to your drop site. Most people have one on their phone, but they're going to ask you to initial. I received blank cases, and it clearly says right here, you are responsible for the number of cases that you signed for. So if you have to alter this ticket, if you receive less cases than what, this ticket says, then the delivery agent's going to take this ticket and they're going to alter that in eBuddy on their end. However, if that happens, shoot us an email and just give us a heads up. Say, hey, something wonky went wrong with my delivery. I just want to let you know that we're a case off here or there. And that way we can just monitor eBuddy for those changes to make sure that they are correct. However, they're going to ask you to sign at the bottom down here. It's kind of cut off. It says, you can kind of see where it says customer signature. They're going to ask you to sign down here, and they should give you a copy of that. If they don't give you a copy, let me know, but they should give you a copy of that. However, this ticket, once it's signed, this ticket transfers the responsibility of product from the council to the service unit. So never sign for more or less than you receive. All right, so here are some delivery agent expectations. We have 5 delivery agents in the state of Arkansas, 1 for each regional area. After that initial delivery, we drop down to 2, 1 in Rogers and 1 in Little Rock. However, there are some things that we tell our delivery agents, like these are some expectations that we have for delivery, and so we want you to be aware of them as well. So if our delivery agents are not following these expectations, that we can work with them to make sure that everyone is on the same page. So the first is to arrive within the delivery window. Normally, they'll give you a time or a range. They'll say from 12 to 1 or from 2 to 3. If they say they're going to be there, then hopefully they will arrive within that window. They should bring all products specified on the delivery ticket with them. If they're bringing some and they're coming back in the afternoon for more product and that wasn't agreed upon, beforehand, then that's not okay. So make sure you let us know if that happens. Bring replacements for damages on the truck. Accidents happen, cases get crushed, but the delivery agent should bring a percentage of replacements with them on the truck to make sure that they're replacing those cases. Now, if they do not have damages and you do not receive that case of truffles, you say, no, we can't take this, and you send it back with them and they don't have a replacement, make sure you alter that ticket so that that goes in eBuddy. We can always, order that through. You can always order that through the cupboard and fill that order through the cupboard. They should create whole cases from damaged cases. Sometimes the case looks a little rough on the outside, and then you open it up and the cookies are fine. So normally they'll open those cases up and they'll look at them, and then they'll make good cases from those damaged cases. Take breaks if needed for large deliveries, but keep them to a minimum. If your delivery agent has come in and they're gone for 30 minutes, that's a problem. They should allow you to count all the product. They should have you sign a receipt and give you a copy of the receipt. And they should be polite and courteous. I mean, we're not asking for these folks to be your best friend or anything like that, but they should definitely be polite and courteous when they're doing their job. And then also, delivery agents should not replace damaged cases without opening them up to check to see if boxes are damaged. We only receive a certain percentage of damaged extras, is what we call them as a council. So normally we try to mitigate as much loss as possible by opening those cases up and checking to make sure that if, how many boxes are truly damaged, can we take some from these and make it into a whole case. They should not sort for your service unit unless previously specified with warehouse pickup. So we have some delivery agents in some of our smaller areas that do sort for their troops, and their troops come and it's already done and they pick it up and they leave. However, that's not the expectation for everyone. Normally they come and they unload it by the pallet, and then the service unit sorts. They should not give you more or less product than is on the ticket upon request. So if you have had some go-getter orders and you're like, hey, can you just give me 3 extra cases of truffles? They can't do that. You're going to have to place that order through the cupboard. And also, if they're on their last delivery and they've got a couple extra cases in the truck, they should not give those to you. You're going to have to place an order for any extras through the cupboard. the troop expectation. So we've talked about the service unit. We've talked about the delivery agent. So the troop expectation, troop leaders should help the service unit sort the product. Every service unit kind of has their own way of doing this. So if you're a troop leader, make sure that you're helping out your service unit. You're in touch with your service unit about delivery. Email your product manager. When are the cookies being delivered? Do you need help? And jump on in. They should request a receipt for product received. Never take product without a receipt. And troop leaders should also take all product ordered. You can't change your mind when you show up to pick up your cookies. Whatever you ordered, you need to take. You should arrive on time for sorting and then be a team player. Hold on just 1 second. I'm losing battery here. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I thought I had plugged myself in. Okay. So be a team player. Help sort with your service unit. You know, all hands on deck. Troop leaders should not leave product with the service unit after signing for it. Make sure that if you sign for the product, it leaves in a vehicle. Whether your vehicle or a parent's vehicle, don't leave it for the service unit to have to deal with. Give product to parents without receipts. Always receipt. I know that we say this so much, receipt, 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 but it really is so very important. And then also leave sorting before it's completed unless previously agreed upon with the service unit. If your service unit is coming together to sort, make sure that you're being a team player and jump in there and sort with them. All right. So I know we have some folks that have been in cookies for a while, and I know we have some folks that this is their first year. So you might be asking, what is a cookie cupboard? I keep hearing this word thrown around, but I'm not really sure exactly what it is. So we have both regional staff and volunteer run cupboards. So in the cupboard, cookies are transferred from Girl Scout Diamonds to a service unit or troop. However, this can also be that a local service unit has a cookie cupboard and they are transferring cookies to troops as well. Number two, cookie cupboards assist troops and volunteers with smart management of inventory so that you're not taking on more inventory than you feel like you can sell. And then also, we find that areas who have a cookie cupboard have higher regional sales. So the closer a service unit is to a cookie cupboard, the higher their sales typically are. So here are our Girl Scout Diamonds cookie cupboards. Now we have, like I said, we have a couple service unit cupboards not listed in here, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But here are the cupboards that are at our regional offices. So one thing that we're doing this year is we're having some late nights, which is exciting. So Thursday evenings cupboard will be open until 7 p.m. We are still having Saturdays as well. However, we've shifted Saturday to a little bit earlier. So cupboard on Saturdays will open at 8 until 10 a.m. We heard from y'all that we love Saturday cupboard, but we're trying to get going for the day, so we need our cookies a little earlier, and we understand, so we're going to try to accommodate that as much as possible. Now, you can see that in Midwest, their cupboard is closed on Tuesdays. So they're open Monday and Wednesday. However, they're going to be closed on Tuesday. Thursday and Friday and Saturday will be regular cupboard hours, just like every other office. Jonesboro, Rogers, and Little Rock all have the same hours. Fort Smith has the same hours minus Tuesday when they're closed. Now, in Texarkana, we are going to have a volunteer run cupboard out of the Texarkana office. This cupboard is going to be facilitated by Daisy Trail Service Unit. And y'all, they are so excited to help out. I think I had 6 volunteers show up to the training with the service unit, which is really, really great. So they are offering some really wonderful hours on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. They're offering a morning cupboard on Wednesday and Thursday through lunch. And then they're offering an evening cupboard on Tuesday and Friday. Saturday, they're willing to do cupboard, but it's going to be for special circumstances. and all of their requests, all of your requests for this cupboard have to be 24 hours in advance. So this is the only cupboard that will not be a walk-in cupboard. So for example, if you walk into the Southwest office in Texarkana and you ask for cookies, you're going to be given the information for the Texarkana for Daisy Trails to contact them and place your order, because there will not be walk-in cupboard at this office. So make sure that you plan ahead. I think they've got some really great hours in the evenings to accommodate volunteers, but make sure that you plan ahead. This year for Cupboard in Palm Bluff, there was a couple changes. I know at the beginning of the season, we said that we were going to do Saturday Cupboard in the Guide. However, that did not work out. So what we're going to end up doing in Palm Bluff is we're going to do drop-in cupboard at lunchtime on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So between 12 and 1, we'll meet you in the parking lot of the Reynolds building. Orders must be placed 48 hours in advance, and that's because we have to rent a vehicle, and we need to know what size vehicle that we're going to get. It may be able to fit in a staff car, and that'd be great, but normally we have to rent some sort of vehicle to get them down there. So just give us a 48-hour advance notice, place your order, via pending order in eBuddy, and we'll try to get you those cookies as soon as we can. All right, so here are cupboard contacts. We have a few changes this year, but mostly the same. Northwest is Effie. Y'all, Effie's just doing a great job, and she's learning so much this year about cupboard. And I met with her the other day, and she's really excited to get things going up there in the Northwest area. Midwest, Kathy Cole will be helping us out in the Fort Smith office to make sure that cupboard orders are being placed in eBuddy. And, if you have any questions, though, I would still come back to the product program staff and let us help you out. Northeast office is, of course, Heather Bound. Central and Southeast are myself and Candace. And then Southwest is Daisy Trails. The cupboard email this year has also changed. In the past, it was JO Cupboard, Fay Cupboard, Fort Smith Cupboard. This year, it's all going to product sales. However, if you have someone who doesn't remember to send it to product sales and sends it to LR Cookies, then it will still be rerouted into product sales. But make sure that you let folks know it's product sales, that they need to email, because eventually those other emails are going to go away. So for Southwest Arkansas, this is a Daisy Trails contact. This is their cupboard email. They've got a couple folks monitoring that. So they'll respond to you, make sure that, that you get your order in. So the number one way to place an order for cupboard where it's in there and it's good to go is going to be that pending order system and eBuddy, and we'll go over that here in a second. But secondary to that, you can send us an email address with an email to our email address with your order, and then we're just going to end up entering it into that pending order system. All right, some dates to remember. So surprise, surprise, we're going to open our cupboards on the 2nd. This is for our new troop leaders specifically. Now, everyone is going to benefit from this, but we just have so many newer troops who maybe didn't get to place the initial order, joined close to that deadline or in between that deadline and now, and didn't have a chance to get cookies. So we want to make sure that they don't miss out that first booth weekend. Now, currently, this only applies to the staff run cupboards. I'm trying to confirm Texarkana at this time, but until I have that, this only applies to Fort Smith, Rogers, Little Rock, and who am I forgetting? Jonesboro. So the cupboard is by appointment only, and that means you must have placed an order through eBuddy. No phone calls. You can email us and we'll put the order in, but you have to place this order through eBuddy. And that cupboard is going to be from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. So you can come and pick up that day. You need to have your order in, I would say, by Thursday, because it's just going to be one day. But if you need some more cookies for that first day of booth sales, you can absolutely get them then. I'm noticing I have an incorrect date on here too. Booth sales actually begin March 2nd, 2018. I will correct that. as well. But so cupboards are going to open appointment only on March 2nd, March 2nd, booth sales will also begin. And then regional office cupboards will open for normal hours on March 5th. And then we'll close on the 24th. All right, so you are hearing me talking about this pending order in eBuddy. So let's talk about that for a second. If you have not used eBuddy before, I encourage you to use it. If you've been with us for a while and haven't used eBuddy to place an order before, I would encourage you to try this out, because I think you'll find it to be very simple and extremely handy. So an order should be placed through the eBuddy pending order system, and pending basically means pending pickup. So this order is your holding place. It's your reservation for your cookies. So if you place an order on Monday for your booth cookies, then we're going to know ahead of time that you need them, versus you walking in on Thursday and saying, hey, I need booth cookies. So orders should be placed through the eBuddy pending order system. First, you're going to click the transaction tab. So this is on the troop level or the service unit level, you're going to see this transaction tab. So you're going to come over here and click add a transaction. It's going to pop up this window over here that says cookie transaction. You're going to select the correct cupboard. In this case, I've selected the Central Regional Cupboard. And then you're going to put your order in here by the case. Now, this is also new this year. It was in our guide and in our training at the beginning of the year, but orders must be placed from the cupboard by the case. If you put in packages, we're going to go ahead and we're going to round up to a case when you pick up. We're going to try to contact folks and let them know, like, hey, I saw you put in packages. Do you want these packages? You want me to round up to a case? But everything is going to be in a case this year. And it's just because the volume that we're going through in our cupboards is so much that we really have to start moving stuff out of the cupboard by the case. If someone is picking up for you, let us know in this contact info box, especially if it's a parent. If a parent walks in and we don't have a note that says, hey, I'm picking up for so-and-so, then we end up not giving them the order, because we have to have written confirmation or verbal confirmation from you that someone is picking up from you. You can see any directions that we've given for the cupboard down here. On this cookie transaction, you can also see the hours of operation. When you put in your pickup date, it has to be within those hours of operation. So if you put it in there for Friday 2/23, as you can see 12 a.m., it's going to kick it back to you, and it's going to say, I'm so sorry, you can't do that. So you're going to have to adjust that time to be in between when the hours of operation are. You're going to click save and print, and then after you do that, whoop, there it went. Hold on. Where do we go? After you do that, the order is going to show up down here under your transactions. Now, once you put in this order, it's going to have a word here where it says pending, and that just means pending pickup. So after you come to the cupboard and you pick up your order, then we click a little button in here, and then it shoots over to your troop or to your service unit. So just a couple things about cupboard. Troop leaders and product managers should place their orders in whole cases. Make sure any alterations to the order are made on the physical ticket at pickup. Give the cupboard 24 hours notice of an order. Always make sure to leave the cupboard with an accurate receipt. Count the order with staff. Place your order for pickup at the beginning of the week to ensure availability of booth cookies. Y'all, we get one delivery for restocking per week from our delivery agent, and that's per our contract. Sometimes we can talk them into a second delivery. I know in Little Rock we did last year. They were very helpful, but it's not a guarantee for us. If they've got something else going on, then we may not be able to get that second delivery. And also get us banking information if it's not in eBuddy. If we don't have your banking information for your troop, then you won't be able to pick up from the cupboard. Troop leaders should not store ordered product at the council. Please come and pick up your orders. If you leave us with that product after the pickup date and 24 hours passes, we're going to put it back. Understand that there may be a wait time for walk-in orders, especially in the afternoons. After 5 p.m., everyone rushes to come and get their order, and so we're trying to fill those that we knew were coming and that we've already pulled. But we only have so many staff in the cupboard, so sometimes that means you might have to wait a little bit. And then also, please don't send parents to the cupboard without placing an order for them. We have a list of approved folks that are allowed to place an order in the cupboard, and you're on that list if you're an eBuddy user. If you're not an eBuddy user, then you're not on that list. Now, you can designate a parent in eBuddy as like a pickup person if you want to add them in eBuddy in that role, but really all you need to do is place that order for them and put their name on that order so that they can come and get it. For damages can be exchanged at the cupboard. We exchange like kind for like kind only if it's a damage. Missing boxes out of a case are treated as damages. We get some weird stuff like that where the top row of truffles was missing in a case. So we just, we take your word for it and we exchange it out. And then also the cupboard does not accept product back from troops or service units. So if you bring in some Savannah Smalls and you want to exchange them for some s'mores, we don't do that. After it leaves the cupboard, basically, if we accept it back, we have to damage it out. So we don't accept any cookies back from service units or troop leaders. So here's a copy of the receipt and what the receipt looks like. Well, the ticket, we call these tickets, what the ticket looks like at the cupboard. Receipts should be kept for at least a year. We keep a copy of these on file for at least 7 years if you ever need a copy. The troop leader or product manager will receive the golden ticket or the yellow copy. It's the pull off on the back. They're 4-ply receipts. If a parent picks up for a leader, they will get a pink copy as well as a yellow copy for the leader. If for some reason that yellow copy doesn't make it to you, we have another copy. There's a third one that we can pull off of there, or we can just scan you a copy of that receipt. If a staff member says they will correct something later after you sign, say no. The correction should be made before anyone signs. After signing, the inventory in eBuddy will be transferred from pending under the transactions tab to be included in your troop inventory. It will no longer say pending. Orders only show as pending if they are placed before pickup in eBuddy. So if you've pre-reserved your cookies, then it'll show as pending. If you do a walk-in order, then we're just going to enter that ticket in eBuddy a day later, and it won't show as pending. It'll just be transferred over to your troop. All right, so some service units have cupboards, and we have a couple in Central Arkansas. Juliet Lowe is doing one, Garland is doing one. So if you're near those service units, we'll send out the contact information for those service units. But if you are a service unit with a cupboard and you would like to make your cupboard available to other service units, let us know. I definitely saw a couple of service units that placed orders for their service unit, but if that's just inventory for your troops, that's fine. But if you want to open it up to other troops, just let us know. Under the transactions tab, troops and service units can exchange product. It's the same process. Click add transaction, choose the troop or service unit, and send the product. Transactions between service units and troops should never be completed without a receipt. Product will be returned to its original locations if a dispute arises without a receipt. Now, this can be a written receipt. This can be an email chain between two people that says, I need this, and the other person says, okay, I've sent this to you. We need some sort of written documentation that this was an agreed upon transaction. Otherwise, if Sally Sue contacts us and says, hey, Marianne sent me 3 cases of truffles and I didn't ask for them and there's no written receipt, then we're going to return them back to Marianne. And then also remember to join the Girl Scouts Diamonds Product Swap Facebook group. If you have too much product, if you're looking for product and you're a little ways away from a cupboard, this is a great place to post those things in that group so that, service units and troops can help each other out in getting rid of product. Booths. Okay, the last thing we're going to talk about today is booths. Booths can be uploaded to eBuddy. We highly encourage you to upload booths into eBuddy. So number one, they can be via booth uploaded template to council staff from the service unit product manager. We sent out this booth template a while back, and we received several of those back from different service units with the filled in information. If you have any questions about that, just contact us. If you if it's confusing or you're not sure what's what, just contact us and we can walk through that with you. And then also troops can enter their own booths in the eBuddy under the booths tab. So down here at the bottom, the picture on the left, this is the troop view. So we've got a troop here and they've clicked on the booth site tab up here on the right hand side. And then there's a drop down and you can go to my sales. And then where it says my booth sales, it says click me, add a location. So you're going to click that add location, enter in the information, and then click add. This will then shoot this over here on the right hand side. We can see the service unit product manager's view. And then this will shoot that under this booth sites tab. So up here, you know, on the top, you can see booth sites, and then you can see this particular service unit doesn't have any current booths that they need to approve. However, if they did, they would be listed down here and it would say like pending approval, denied, approved, where they could select the drop down and choose an action. Now, without them being approved, they will not populate to the Cookie Finder app and the Cookie Finder toolbar on the website. Only approved booths will populate there. So make sure you're going in weekly. If we go in there and we see a whole bunch of booths that, you know, we're kind of hanging out, we'll probably give you a phone call and being like, hey, what's up with these? We understand that some service units use alternate methods of scheduling booths. However, with you keeping these booths in here, it really does benefit you. I mean, we had a lot of folks look for booths via that Cookie Finder app and the Cookie Finder toolbar. So those troops that were in there last year, they benefited from those sales because that's where the customers are going. And troops with booths in eBuddy, as the public demands better access to technology, that is only going to get greater. So please make sure that you put your booths in there and that they're approved. And if you have any questions, please contact us and we'll be happy to help out. Please remember to remove booths that are canceled. If your troop is done the third week and you've scheduled booths, cancel them. You can also let us know so that we can offer them to other service units or community programs troops. We have community programs troops in our council, which are staff-led troops. And so some of these troops, they end up going into other service units because they don't have a service unit. So you can help us offer booths to these girls that maybe you or your service unit are not going to use. Also, remember to approve booths that are entered. Every booth that is entered is one entry for the service unit into a regional drawing for booth patches. And then also, please refer to the troop guide for all rules about booths and booth etiquette. Every year, there's normally a couple disputes about booths. And while we understand that the cookie season is an exciting and everyone is very passionate about the cookie season, we really do need to be careful about losing organizations who have offered booth locations due to disputes in front of the organization or with the organization. Because if they have to mediate, then they're going to say, there are no booths here. And also the etiquette in front of the location, you know, have your girls ask once, and then after that, that's it. They get one ask, one chance to do their pitch, and then the customer moves on. You know, so make sure you're talking to your girls about booth etiquette, about how to speak with the customer, how to act at the booth, and then cleaning up after themselves after they're done, leaving the place better than they found it. All right, so I'm going to transfer this over to Heather for any comments or concerns or any questions that we have.
Hey Sharon, we currently do not have any questions in the question box. So if there's anyone out there that would like to ask an additional question or anything, they can go ahead and pop that in there and we'll see it.
All right, we'll give a minute for any questions, and then if we don't have any questions, we'll go ahead and close it out. All right. Well, I guess that hopefully we explained it well enough where there were no questions needed. But if afterwards you do find that you have some questions, please email us at product sales or give us a phone call. And then also, if there's ever a problem during the season with delivery, absolutely call us. We're here for you. We want to make sure that this is a time that is not overly stressful due to things that arise that are out of our control. Let us help you handle any problems that you have. And we hope you have a wonderful cookie season, and we look forward to seeing your success and the council's success. But we also hope that you have some fun while you're doing it. All right, everyone, have a great day.